Amanda teaches at a primary school in a rural district. It is a charming town with lots of green where tourists come to camp in the summer and enjoy the gently flowing river and pretty sights. Outside the town, scattered in the lush fields, are enormous chicken farms with thousands of animals in long buildings. There is also a meat plant near the center of town where trucks are lined up to deliver processed meats to superstores. The workers at the chicken farms and at the meat plant are refugees from distant countries, Somalia, Burma, Guatemala. Workers make up the majority of students in Amanda's class. Amanda is new to this town. She grew up in a suburb of Chicago and never expected to be teaching the children of refugee workers in a rural school. She feels out of place and has little connection to the families whose children she is teaching. Children either come to school on a school bus or one parent drives many children up to the door in a van and never comes inside. She is both intrigued and frustrated by the situation. She believes that parents and teachers should share responsibility for their children's education, and in her view, the families are delegating all the responsibilities for the children's education to her. She believes that it is better to collaborate with parents so that school learning builds on the home culture and home values, and that children's learning continues in the home. It is hard to see how parents can support the children's education if they do not know what is going on in school and they do not value the kinds of things that children are being taught in school. She feels that family and school should be just two sides of the same coin and not two separate, unrelated worlds. She doesn't want the children to be growing apart from their families through education. Amanda also feels that the parents of the children who are refugees do not have many opportunities to form relationships in the community because of the language and cultural barriers, and because the parents experience a segregated life in a workplace where almost no members of the local community work, and in a neighborhood where people keep to themselves. Amanda feels that the school could be a place where all families meet and connect, get to know one another, and develop a shared community. The refugee families don't know that this is a possibility, but Amanda has seen this happen in other communities. She can envision a community where all kinds of families know each other, support one another, socialize, and become friends. She wants this for her students not only in her classroom, but also in the town. Amanda needs a plan. She is wondering what sorts of activities can bring together the families of diverse learners in a way that every participant experiences a personal benefit. How can I get refugee families and members of the local community to form positive relationships that benefit all children? Given the town, this is a very big question, not one easily solved. The parents of the children are working during the day, and many don't have transportation. They also have young children in the home who need supervision. In other words, there are lots of barriers to participation during the school day and even after school activities. Amanda decides that the best time to meet up is on Saturday mornings, but sadly on that day neither the school nor the branch library is open. There is, however, a lovely local park with a playground. This is where the families can meet up twice a month for an hour and a half for outdoor playtime. Amanda enlists a local church group to provide a van that can transport families to the playground who live too far to walk. She borrows equipment from the school for cooperative field games and collects camp activities that they can play together. She also brings a large basket of picture books and magazines that they can read together and families can borrow until the next gathering. They even hitch a play tent for an adventure in reading. They share fruit and drink lemonade. Amanda keeps a journal of field notes about these gatherings to record who came and how events unfolded. She also journals about her conversations with the parents and the issues and opportunities that have come up. She makes observations about how the parents communicate and interact with the children and with each other. She tries to learn as much about the family's lives, cultures, and languages as she can. She takes pictures of the families playing together to display them in her classroom and to engage the children in talking and writing about these get togethers as shared experiences. When communicating with the parents, she's always looking for additional openings to invite them to come into the school building more, attend events at the school, volunteer in the classroom, come to field trips, share a book or craft with the children in the classroom, have breakfast or lunch with the children at school, attend parent-teacher conferences, join the parent-teacher organization. At the end of the year, Amanda uses her field notes, her pictures, and the children's illustrated writings to reflect on her efforts and take a deeper look at her original wondering, how can I get refugee families and members of the local community to form positive relationships that benefit all children? She presents her family engagement project to her colleagues so she can disseminate what she has gained from these events, what she has learned about the children's home cultures. Her colleagues ask questions and explore with her the caveats and the opportunities for future growth. Her presentation helps her spread ideas and create a culture of support at the school for Amanda's family engagement efforts.